Yo, welcome to my November 14th, 2019 FanDuel Daily Fantasy NBA Quick Look. So, you might know me. My name is John. I stream on Twitch pretty much daily. I go over my thoughts and ideas for the day. I look at a bunch of different shit. I do some really dumb shit. We make some very stupid teams. But I wanted to start just making a quick look at the day and kind of just browsing through and seeing what I like and talking about what I like and all that shit. So we're going to be listening to copyright-free ambient music. I don't want my videos to be taken down. So, copyright-free. Yeah, and I'll show you my setup. I'll show you what I do. If you're curious, this is Basketball Monster. I've shit on them in the past, but honestly, I've always used them. So if you like what you see here, feel free to go check them out. It's expensive as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. But actually, you know what? Compared to other shit these days, it's not that expensive. But anyway, let me show you a quick little look at what I typically do. So this is my setup on Basketball Monster. So it shows a bunch of shit. The important things to know are one game is showing how this player did in their prior game. First opponent 3 games is showing how they did in their past 3 games against that same opponent. This one right here, plus minus 1 game, is price change over 1 game. Plus minus 5 games is their price change over 5 games, and plus minus 20 games is their price change over the past 20 games. So these are kind of the brief statistics that I've always found important to look at in daily fantasy, at least. So one of the things I typically do is I come in, I filter by the 1 game price change. I usually go position by position, so start point guard, sometimes start center, who knows, start all over the place. So yeah, I like to go quickly through and just see big price changes. So like right off the bat, you see a couple of interesting plays on the night. Satoransky has been playing well, although didn't have the best last game, but he's trended down 500 in price from the last game. Ntilikina as well has been putting up big stats, especially defensively. He's a steal and block monster, which is always nice. If he can ever manage to fucking score, he could be a great play. So like the first thing I do is look through these. Even with Dennis Smith Jr. back, he looks like complete trash. So who knows? But just one of the things I look at. So if we sort by all players, you can kind of go with the quick look. Look at the price changes. I play price changes all the time. I say it's the most important thing in my plays. I literally cashed last night pretty easily with a team that was made up of almost entirely the biggest cash plays on the day. So the biggest price changes based on just 1 game salary. You'd be surprised at how drastic the swings are if you actually look and what you can find there. So just something to look at. You don't have to pay for this. If you Google, you should be able to find a site that shows you salary changes, and it's super helpful. So check it out. That's one of my biggest tips I could possibly give. I think that's really important. You find plays pretty quickly that look good. So Oubre is way down. Oubre dropped down to 5,500, so he's way down. Thaddeus Young has been playing solid minutes, 30 minutes last game. He dropped down 900 to 4,500. Levine's been playing well. He dropped down 700 for some reason. That one doesn't really make sense to me. So like just one of my ideas there of what you want to look at. So real quick, we'll run through some of my favorite players, some of my thoughts. This is my first time looking at it as well on the day, so I just wanted to kind of give you my guys' thoughts and all that good shit. So I typically sort by price. The most important stats to me are defense versus position, as well as price change and minutes. I really don't give a shit about anything else, to be completely honest with you. If you play a lot of minutes and you have a good matchup, I like you. That's about it. If you're a good price, I like you. So I mean, the Chicago guards, looking at Archie Diacono, looking at Kobe White, looking at Satoransky, they're all in play, but I mean, playing at Milwaukee is not the same as playing at my completely fucking shit Knicks. So like, I probably don't chase those guys, and I probably wouldn't recommend chasing those guys either. Not bad for punt plays, not bad if you want to have them in your player pool, shit like that, but they're not my favorites. I do actually like Frank. It's hard to say because I don't think he's the best, but Okay? So am I slightly scared by shit boy coming back? What's his name? Dennis Smith Jr. Maybe, but he looks so fucking bad. He gets booed out of his mind in New York. I'm okay playing Frank. Otherwise, if I'm gonna spend, I go Jamal Murray. Big minutes. Price is still fair at 7,500. Playing the best match of the night in Brooklyn, probably. And I don't mind Monty Morris either, if you want to be a little risky. I've played Monty a few times this year. Obviously, it's a GPP play, but not a bad play at all. Can't go wrong with any of the expensive guys as well, but I just want to show you a few of my favorite plays. Rubio is good as well. So nothing there out of the ordinary. Again, this is just kind of a quick look from me, but I kind of like the idea of Murray. I kind of like the idea of being punty with Morris. I would even possibly stack them together. And then if you want any of the high-priced guys, knock yourself out, because you can't go wrong, obviously, with Doncic or Trae Young or Rubio either. So we move to shooting guard, boys. Drop down the price. Levine, for some fucking reason, I don't know why this is, dropped 700, and he's been playing well. So for me, I most likely play Levine. 7,200 I think is too cheap. He's playing well. Fairly tough matchup at Milwaukee. I like injuries, honestly. If he has an injury, people will be scared to play him, and I am not scared to play him. I don't give a shit, so I will play him. Yeah, so most likely I do play Levine. Honestly, I could just possibly play Bembry as well. Bembry obviously up and down, but the other biggest price drop on the night of 200 down to 4,400. Possibly will play 30 plus minutes. I might play that bitch. Huerter's out as well. So if Huerter's out, who started last game and played pretty good minutes, Bembry seems like a really fucking safe play. So honestly, look how fucking quickly I do this with my brilliant strategy. I might lock both these guys. They're not the best matchups, but there's a good chance I play them. Looking across the board, then otherwise you're going to want to look at injuries. So what's his face is out. Levert's still out, but the big news obviously is Middleton out. So if you possibly want to take a look at Sterling Brown, I understand that. If you want to look at Connaughton, I understand that. If you want to look at DiVincenzo, I understand that. If you want to play Wesley Matthews, perhaps one of the worst players in the NBA, I understand that as well. I can't hate on any of those. Other than that, high end, obviously Booker looks like one of the best matchups of the night, if not the best matchup. So no problem playing him. As for who else interests me, Lou Williams probably plays more minutes with Kawhi probably resting tomorrow, I guess. Dinwiddie's still always an option. Gary Harris, okay. Those are probably my favorites. Garrett Temple, not really interested in. For me, I probably stick with Bembry, and I probably stick with Levine. I might even go as far, if I'm playing Mess Entry, as to lock both of them. The Milwaukee situation scares me. They have a lot of guys there. I don't know if Brown or DiVincenzo or the other Wesley. No, well, fuck Wesley Matthews. But if anyone else is going to do well there. So, yeah, I'd probably go with these two dudes. RJ Barrett, too expensive. I like, but as a Knicks fan, nope, you're not that good. Sorry. So we go to small forward. Let's look at the price changes. Again, I always do this first. Just my routine. Kelly Oubre hasn't been playing too well, but I like to look at guys in a bounce back situation, and coming off this fucking shit game, that looks like a bounce back to me, right? So I would definitely consider Oubre. Other than that, who do we look at? Cameron Johnson, not a bad idea for a punt. He's been playing well. Price-wise, that's really my only interest. Like I said, I'm pretty interested in Oubre. Other players, just based on price, not so interested in. So, if we sort it back by price, look at the top. Giannis, I'll play any night. I don't give a shit about matchup. Paul George is apparently going to play tomorrow night, so you may want to consider that. With Ingram questionable, we're going to have to look later, but obviously Kenrich Williams is a huge play if he's out. Some of the other guys on New Orleans as well. And if you want to look at guys like Joe Harris with the Nets injuries, I like him too. Then you have a lot of options. Hunter's playing huge minutes. I think Taurean Prince is a fucking bum, so fuck him. Will Barton, don't chase him. Marcus Morris, don't chase him. And then to power forward. So looking at price. Thaddeus Young, dude, I played Thaddeus Young so often last year. If he's getting back up to playing big minutes, even though it's a shit matchup, I there's a good fucking chance I play Thaddeus Young, especially with Markkanen struggling. So that's an option. Jarrett Allen is way down in price. DeAndre has been playing great though. So I don't know what that means. Jabari Parker, so let's sort it by price now. Jabari Parker is getting too expensive for me. Porzingis I like for a bounce back game at New York. So I mean, you have the revenge angle, of course. Can't go wrong there. Julius Randle, you suck. Fuck off. Jabari Parker, too expensive. Fuck off. Larry Markkanen, you're not playing well. Fuck off. Derek Favors, you're not worth 6,600. Fuck off. Paul Millsap, playing pretty well. Playing better too. Surprisingly, not a good matchup against Brooklyn though. My targets here, at first glance, I don't have a fucking favorite even. You want to look at JaMychal Green. He played well tonight even with Kawhi, so I mean, 3,900, I probably play JaMychal Green. Other than that, I don't know yet. Maybe Porzingis. Those are my favorites at first look. Again, all the shit is so dependent on injuries in the NBA. You know that, so a lot of the shit's going to be updated as we get closer. Center. Let's see our price changes real quick. Bobby Portis down in price. Not a bad punty play for a bounce back type game. Wendell Carter Jr. way down in price. Always injury prone. Always injured. Still not a bad play. I like Mason Plumlee, surprising. I play Plumlee a lot. He's a sneaky, cheap, consistent play. Fairly consistent. So I do like Plumlee. If I'm looking to spend, let's see what we got here. Robinson's questionable. Alex Len probable. I don't touch Len or Damian Jones. Too much uncertainty there, I think. Dwight Powell getting a little expensive. Good chance I just play Jokic and be safe, honestly. He's starting to trend better. This is his average over the last 3 games against the Nets. 68.1, so that's pretty fucking good. And he's still under 10K, starting to play well. His big ass was out of shape apparently, but I think he's unrounding himself into shape. So I probably play Jokic. So okay, so that's my quick little look here. These are probably my favorite plays here: Bembry, Levine, JaMychal Green, Porzingis, Jokic. But again, that's so early. I don't know how much you can take all that yet. I just want to give you a quick little look. And if you happen to like my review, please subscribe, follow, ask questions, whatever. And I do stream on Twitch pretty much every day, so you can stop by. I stream 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern, just about every day. And if you want to check that out, the link is below the video. So let me know what you think. This is my first one. I'll probably keep doing this because it's a nice quick way for me to take a look at the games too. If you have questions or you want anything done, just let me know and I shall do it for you. So that's it. See y'all later.